warned you guys. I warned ya. Embiid says something very interesting, paraphrasing what he's saying, that, hey, he just wants to win, whether it's in Philly or somewhere else. He mentioned the somewhere else part. He made sure he slipped that somewhere else part in because he's putting the front office, finally putting the front office on notice. And that's Daryl Morey and company. Michael Rubin, those guys. Like, hey, all right, I'm over here busting my tail, playing through injuries, winning MVPs, and I'm not getting the kind of respect that I deserve. Now, I warned you guys. I said this in my James Harden video, which I have in the description box below. I said this, that they run the risk of alienating their superstar because they put so much into James Harden. They essentially turn the team over to James Harden. Like the center of the universe. All the attention seemed to be on James Harden. And they capitulated, and now they have a relationship that is just completely destroyed. They fired Doc Rivers for James Harden. Joel Embiid loved Doc Rivers. He had some of his best seasons under Doc Rivers. That's your superstar. But we got to make James Harden happy. So now, in an effort of trying to go over the top of making James Harden happy, you've upsetted your superstar MVP player, your franchise player. So what do? What you have to do now is make yourself available for the Dame Lillard sweepstakes. You have to do it. You have to make yourself available for the Dame Lillard sweepstakes. And if you can't get Dame Lillard, you have to move on from James Harden. Get the best package you can possibly get for James Harden and turn the team over to Maxey. Tyrese Maxey's ready to run the point. I've seen enough of Tyrese Maxey. He was like the one guy that made me sweat during the Boston Celtics series because he was like the one guy who was consistently showing up the entire series. So you turn the team over to the young guy. He's cheaper and he's hungrier and he's younger. So it's a no-brainer. So Joel Embiid, man, listen, he can fit in a lot of great scenarios. I mean, he could be in a lot of great scenarios as far as teams that are competing for the championship each year. I mean, I could definitely see him. I mean, you name a team, he would definitely fit in there and be a dominant player on both ends of the court. So, man, this is not a great situation to be in if you're a 76ers fan and if you're top upstairs as far as the executive suite and beyond for the 76ers. So we'll see how this unfolds. It's very interesting. We'll see if there's any trade conversations that may pop up. Because if you know one thing about the league, any league essentially, when you start hearing these weird trade scenarios, this pie in the sky fantasy type trade scenarios, that's because management is allowing it to happen. If management doesn't say anything, then that means they're listening to see if anyone will move in heaven and earth to get Joel Embiid. And if they are firmly behind Joel Embiid, then they'll make a statement saying so. Saying, hey, Joel Embiid, we're fully committed to Joel Embiid, our MVP, our franchise player. We're going to make sure we make him happy, and we're going to definitely try our best to compete for championships. That should be the statement. But if you hear crickets, then they're listening to trades.